Hello, welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classics/Non-Classics. This is episode 145 and Doubleshot 80. I mistakenly thought it was 79. The previous episode was Doubleshot 79. This one's Doubleshot 80. Okay. First up is Amazing Spider-Man: Learning to Crawl, written by Dan Slott and art by Ramon Perez, and this collects Amazing Spider-Man 1.1 to 1.5. What's the whole point of this story? Simply, it takes place during the early days of Spider-Man. It does not retell his origin story, thank God. It actually just tells some of the early times. Though for some reason he said it makes YouTube into it for some reason. Even though he's dressed in the '60s style clothes he wore back in his Navy appearance, for some reason they decided to make YouTube in it. Okay, I have honestly no idea why. And plus, the whole real point of the story is that it's Spider-Man versus Clash. And of course, this book, this 5-part, does take place concurrently with the events of issues 1 and 2 of Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah. Not a bad idea to have a story set during the early years. Now, I think there probably was plans to do more issues of this, but I think the reason why they ended it after 5 issues was because Spider-Verse was coming up. And overall, the artwork's fantastic, and doesn't look like the way of the kind of look like the way that the promotional stuff for the live-action Spider-Man series from 1970s, a series people want to forget. I mean, it looks like the same kind of cover. The artwork promote the series. Otherwise, though, this is still a pretty good book. Of course, there is the common cliche Peter Parker given being Spider-Man. Yeah, that's a common cliche. He only does it once. But seeing it again, it's okay, because he's done it many times over the years. But otherwise, though, yeah, at the end of the story, simply... Of course, this book is referenced in the Edge of Spider-Verse, in the team-up between Spider-Man and the new Miss Marvel, when Clash returns in present day, and he becomes part of Park Industries. All in all, this is a fantastic book, and a lot of people point this out. Dan Slott writes Peter Parker better in the past than he does in the present. I agree with that. And this is a very good event. I give this book a 9.5. The reason why I give it 9.5 because I thoroughly enjoy this, because I enjoy early Spider-Man stuff. Okay. Next up is Amazing X-Men, Volume 2, World War Wendigo. The first issue is a standalone issue written by Catherine Imanon. Yeah, it's a weird issue having Firestar and Iceman team up with Spider-Man to save an alien baby. It's an odd issue. It's not very well liked issue. Yeah, it's just reuniting the Amazing Friends. And this is the Amazing Spider-Man, not the Superior Spider-Man. It's an okay issue. But the real gist of this book is a 5-part story dealing with these guys in the cover, the Wendigos. Yeah, where the and of course Colossus comes back and begin the storyline. That's one thing significant about this story. You see the return of Colossus, and of course the Wendigos. You also get a chance to see the return of Alpha Flight for the first time since their miniseries. And this was a great story, very epic, a bit more epic than Return of Nightcrawler. But this is a fantastic story. And this is this is set just before Wolverine's death, because Wolverine's in the book and he's wearing his armor that he wore in Volume 6 of his comic book. But otherwise, though, fantastic book. It's almost near perfect, this book, because of how fantastic the event of World War Wendigo is. The only downfall is that you got that issue 7, which is weird, and Amora basically being annoying, and Storm. I kind of agree with some people on this, with the exception of her own ongoing title. Storm is written horribly in this book and other books. It seems like her ongoing title, she's written really well, but in this and other books, she's written horribly. It's like they write her as a I'm not going to use that word, but she's not very convincing. I mean, she's a good leader and all. I mean, she was better in the Amazing X-Men Annual, But this, no. Yeah, that is the overall problem with Storm, how she's written. But all in all, those are minor gripes with the story. But otherwise, I get this a 9 out of 10. This is a fantastic book. I recommend you definitely pick this up. And plus, the next book, whenever I get a chance to get it, which is the thing deal with the Juggernaut. Really good story to follow up in this book, okay? Alright, that's it. Stay tuned for my next episode, which will be episode 146. And I'll decide what kind of episode it's going to be, okay? Alright, see you then. Bye.